This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, good afternoon, team. So now we are going to continue our class. So, guys, yesterday we have started with the topic called we had started with the introduction part, what actually the ETL is, roles, responsibilities, and so on. And yesterday we had started with the topic called what is data warehouse. Okay, now today we are going to continue the class. So, guys, in the last class we have discussed what is data warehouse and what is the difference between data warehouse and web application project lifecycle. Now, guys, today we are going to continue with the next topic, types of database. So, guys, what are the types of database is there? So, before moving for types of database, first understand what is database. So, what do you mean by database? So, guys, database means you can say consider one day-to-day example. Imagine that Pratiksha is taking one selfie from her mobile phone. So for her, that mobile phone will be the database. Imagine that Sheikh is the owner of Big Bazaar, and whatever the sales is going on, he is maintaining all the sales record in the in his computer. So for him, that computer will be the database. Imagine that Rakesh is the owner of one medical shop, and whatever the sales is going on, so all the information he is maintaining in the in his notebook. So for him, that notebook will be the database. But in the interview, what we have to say? So guys, in the interview, we cannot pass the message that Priyanka mobile phone is a database or Pradiksha laptop is a database. Okay, or Rakesh notebook is a database. No. So what exactly the answer will be? So here we have to say the database means the collection of information is called database. Okay, the collection of information is called database. That database has been categorized, guys, into different form: normal database and data warehouse. Okay, so what is normal database? So actually the normal database is optimized for keeping transactional activity, for keeping a small amount of data. Okay, means in the normal database we used to keep the current data. Technically in the normal database, as per ETL requirement, we are keeping the current data. And in the data warehouse, so data warehouse is nothing, it is a data warehouse can be optimized for large scale of reporting. It means what? In the data warehouse we used to store high volume of data. Okay, and in the normal database we used to store low volume of data and current data. In the data warehouse, high volume of the data will be maintained, and that will be historical data. Consider one day-to-day example. Imagine that um, you can say Isaac is having one bank account with ICICI Bank. So today he has done some transaction. Okay, imagine that 500 cash withdrawal he has done. So guys, when he has done today only, so technically it will be called as current data. Okay, and the moment it will become historical data, when it will become historical data? Tomorrow only. So the moment it will become historical data, that data will be moved to the data warehouse. So imagine that since 1 year, on the daily basis Isaac is doing some transaction. Someday 500, someday 1000 rupees, someday 5000 rupees. Like that, imagine he is doing some transaction. So every day he is doing the transaction. So for that day, the data was in the normal database, and the moment it is becoming historical data, it is getting moved to the data warehouse. So that is fine. So after 1 year, again today, imagine that he has done one transaction, 500 rupees. So in the normal database, guys, how many record will be there? So one data only, because that is current data. But in the data warehouse, how many record will be there? So guys, close to 365 record. Correct. Because on the daily basis, the data was getting transferred. Okay. So this is the difference. So this example I had given you guys just for your illusion purpose. The moment I had confirmed that normal database is used to store small volume of data and data warehouse is used to keep the high volume of data. So what do you mean by low volume of data and high volume of data? Okay. So just for the illusion comparison purpose I have told. Imagine that Isaac is doing the cash transaction since 2 years. Again today he has done, imagine that two transaction or three transaction. So today how many record will be there in the normal database? Two or three record only. Correct. But what about in the data warehouse? So here it will be close to 730 plus record will be there. Correct, because 2 years data will be there. So that is the thing. So the storage size of the normal database is small. Small means technically it will be from MB to GB size of the data it will maintain. What about data warehouse? So guys, data warehouse will maintain GB to TB size of the data. Okay, so that is the thing. Now, anyone, any question? What is database? What is normal database? What is data warehouse? Whose storage will be higher? Okay, and in your project, which database, which database was getting used? Which one was getting used? So, if in the interview they ask the question, consider one example. Imagine that they will ask the question in the interview that in your current project, which is getting used. So, what you have to say? You have to say we are using data warehouse. So he will ask why you are using data warehouse. So imagine that you told due to storage purpose only. Correct. Imagine, because here you can say that we are using due to storage purpose because the data warehouse storage size is very bigger. So that's why. Again, imagine that he will do a cross question. He will say that imagine that if I will give you one record, okay, if I will give you one table which will contain 100 record. So those record guys you can maintain in the normal database also. Those 100 records you can maintain in the data warehouse also. Then why you are using data warehouse? Why you are not using the normal database? Why you are not using? Then what you have to say? You have to say, yeah, that is the truth. Those 100 record we can maintain in the normal database also. Okay, and those 100 record we can maintain in the data warehouse also. So that is fine. But the data flow will not stop after today. Okay, it will keep flowing. Tomorrow again maybe 100 record, next day 100 record it will come. Okay, so here if the storage size is very lesser, then that one will get full very faster. Okay, but if my storage size is very high, then it will take a longer time to get full. So that's the reason. So why you are using the data warehouse in your project rather than using the normal database? Then what you have to say? Due to storage purpose only. Okay, the storage of the data warehouse is very high compared to normal database. Okay, now anyone, any question? Okay. Anyone, any question, guys? Okay.
Excuse me, can someone unmute the, sorry, mute the mic? It's a background noise is too high.
Okay. I will note it. Now is it fine? Anyone, any question, guys? Okay, silence means no question. One minute, let me mute. No. So that is fine. Okay. So here in the interview, they ask the question why you are using data warehouse. Then you have to say due to storage purpose only. The storage of the data warehouse is very high compared to the normal database. Okay. Now, so here the same thing I had mentioned over here in the interview also. Like why uh, so here you can see why business intelligence team are using data warehouse rather than using the normal database to pull historical data. What is the difference between database and data warehouse? While both of them will have the same table, same data, same index, same concept. Okay. Then what your answer will be? Due to storage only. Due to storage capacity only, guys. Okay. Now, there are some technical differences are also there for the normal database and the data warehouse. So what is the difference? So guys, normal database is used for OLTP. Okay, normal database it is used for OLTP, and data warehouse it is used for OLAP. So what is OLTP and what is OLAP? So that guys we will discuss over here in depth and detail. Okay, it is a complete topic. So that too we will discuss today only here. So now normal database
In
is used for,
cloud database, then
sorry.
NoSQL database is also a type, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Both are cloud only. Okay, both are cloud only. Every database, whichever the database you guys will be working in the real time scenario, it will be cloud only. And from that cloud, we are using the cloud for sending and receiving the data, nothing extra. Because currently imagine that if you are working for a banking project, from for which bank? Standard Chartered. Client, imagine that it's from Germany. Okay, so whatever the transaction is going on in the Germany's data, how we will receive tomorrow, or imagine day after tomorrow. So definitely we will receive it through the cloud only. Okay, and data warehouse is also cloud, and normal database will also be cloud only. Okay, now so next is the tables and joins are complex. Okay, in the and normalized in the normal database. Database is used for ER modeling, and it is optimized for write operation, and the performance is very low for the analysis query guys for the normal database. But what about data warehouse? So data warehouse is used for OLAP. Here the tables and joins are simple. Okay, it follows DM modeling. It is optimized for read operation, and the performance is very high for the analytical query guys. Okay. In the real-time scenario, who will create this data warehouse? So guys, in the real-time scenario, this data warehouse, guys, it will be created for by the database architecture or data modeler. Okay, not by us. Now, so these are the technical difference. But why you are using the data warehouse in your current project? So due to storage capacity. Now anyone, any question, guys? Okay, silence means no question. Then now, sorry, we are going to see the next one. What is data mart? Okay, so a data mart is nothing. It is a specific subject-oriented repository of the data designed to answer a very specific question for a very specific set of users. So guys, what does it mean? So just take the same example which we had considered yesterday. Imagine that you guys are working in Wipro, and in the Wipro guys there are so many departments are there. Okay, there are so many departments are there, like HR department, IT department, okay, networking department, marketing department, like that. There are so many departments are there. So what type of data HR team will maintain? So imagine that HR will maintain the data, employee ID, employee name, and the salary information. Correct. What type of data IT team will maintain? So IT team will maintain the data, employee ID, employee name, and the software information. So imagine that if you will go to IT team and you will ask how much salary Vinay is getting, then what they will say? They will say, I have no idea. I'm not maintaining salary information. We are maintaining software information. On the same manner, if you will go to the HR team and you will ask which software Vinay is using. So what they will say? They will say, I have no idea. I'm not maintaining software information. We are maintaining only salary information. Okay. So technically, you can see what type of data HR team is maintaining. So they are maintaining the data guys only for one subject. Okay. Salary information. What type of data IT team is maintaining? So they are maintaining the data only for software information. Okay, so technically the data which is getting maintained by HR team, that is HR data mart. So the data which is getting maintained by IT team, that is IT data mart. So what is data mart? So data mart is subject oriented. Subject oriented means information related to very particular subject only. Okay, so HR have only very particular subject information, salary. IT is having very particular subject information called software. Correct. And the next is repository of the data designed to answer a very specific question for a very specific set of users. So what does it mean? So it means, guys, from the particular department, from the HR team, you are supposed to ask only information related to salary. Apart from salary, if you will ask any information, they will not able to give the answer. On the same manner, from the IT team, you are supposed to ask only question related to software. Okay, apart from software information, if you will ask anything, they will not able to give the answer. So what do you mean by data mart? So data mart is nothing. It is subject oriented repository of the data which is designed to answer a very specific question for a very specific set of users. Okay. Now imagine end of the day what all the team they have to do. So guys, end of the day, both the team they have to load the data into a single place. So that single place is called data warehouse. So what is data warehouse? So data warehouse is nothing. It is a collection of data mart. And what is data mart? So data mart is nothing. It is a repository of the data warehouse only. Okay. Now how we can relate it to the project point of view? So guys, for the project point of view, consider one example. Imagine that if Ishak and Soumya both are working in the Wipro. Okay. For the client Johnson and Johnson. So what type of data Ishak is maintaining? So guys, Ishak is maintaining only data for Johnson and Johnson baby oil. What type of data Soumya is maintaining? So Soumya was maintaining the data only for Johnson and Johnson baby cream. Okay. So if the client will go to Soumya, yeah, Soumya, can you please confirm what is the sales going on for Johnson and Johnson baby oil? What she will say? She will say, I have no idea. I am not maintaining baby oil data. I am maintaining Johnson and Johnson baby cream data. Okay. On the same manner, what type of so if the client will go to Ishak, can you please confirm what is sales going on for Johnson and Johnson baby cream? What Ishak told, I have no idea. I'm maintaining the data only for Johnson and Johnson baby oil. Okay, so here you can see both of them are working in the same organization. Both of them are working for the same client, Johnson and Johnson, but then also they are not aware about each other's information. So technically, the data which is getting maintained by Ishak is called Ishak Data Mart, or you can say Johnson and Johnson Baby Oil Data Mart. And the data which is getting maintained by Soumya, you can say Soumya's Data Mart or Johnson and Johnson Baby Cream Data Mart. Okay, and imagine end of the day what both of them have to do. So guys, both of them have to load the data into a single place. Correct. So that single place is called data warehouse. So what is data warehouse? So data warehouse is nothing, guys. It is a collection of data mart. And what is data mart? So data mart is nothing. You can say it is a repository of the data warehouse. Repository means what? Means which will contain few information. Okay, part of the information. Now anyone, any question? What is data mart? Okay. No, silence means no question. Then guys, now next, then we are going to see the topic data mart versus data warehouse. So guys, just now we have discussed about the data mart, and yesterday we have discussed about the data warehouse. Correct. So now you guys have to tell me what is the difference between data mart and data warehouse. What is the difference between data mart and data warehouse? Okay, so for that you just try to recall the topic which we have discussed just now, and try to recall the topic which we had discussed yesterday, and then tell me the answer. Okay, I'm not expecting rocket science answer because this is day 2 only. Even though one line answer, two line answer will be fine. So just try to recall. For your reference, you can watch the um, notes which is getting displayed over here. Okay, and then you tell me. For your observation, first observe it. For your observation, I will give you guys 3 minutes of time. Imagine that this is 8:55. So by 8:58 or imagine 8:59, you guys have to tell me. Okay, now observe the thing. Now guys, anyone can you please take the attempt? What is the difference between data mart and data warehouse?
Data mart is a collection of specific functional area,
Yeah, correct.
and
Correct.
data warehouse is collection of data mart.
Yeah, this is the correct answer. Data warehouse is the collection of data mart. That is the correct answer. No. Anyone else also? Can you please take the attempt? Anyone else also? Ishak?
I dropped my answer in the chat.
Yeah, no problem. So this is also fine, no issue. Okay. So what is the difference? Yeah. So what is the difference between data mart and data warehouse? So data mart and data warehouse is nothing guys. So data mart is what? So data mart will store departmental data. Okay, means single subject information it will contain. What about data warehouse? So data warehouse is nothing. It will have it will store enterprise wise data. Okay, data mart is designed for middle management. Middle management means what? Middle team lead and below. Okay, team lead is also falling under middle management only. So data mart is designed for middle management, team lead and below. Below means senior tester, software tester, okay, executive and team lead. But what about the data warehouse? So data warehouse is designed for top level management. Okay, it is designed for top level management. Okay, and top level management means what? Top level management means manager, VP, director, and definitely the client. Okay, they will have the access for this. So the below is the same thing which we were discussing in a story format. Okay, it is mentioned. So this is very important question, guys. Very important question. Now the next topic is OLTP versus OLAP. So guys, what is OLTP and what is OLAP? So here the OLTP means, you can say, OLTP handles day-to-day transactional data and operation of the business. Okay, OLTP stores, update and retrieve operational data. Operational data is what? So operational data is those type of data which is used to run the business, and OLTP systems are highly organized. For better understanding, I had mentioned the differences over here in the tabular format. So property of OLTP and OLAP. So the response time. So response time of OLTP is seconds to second, and the response time of OLAP is seconds to minute. Okay. Why? Because in the OLTP, the storage data storage will be lesser. So anywhere where the data storage is lesser, it will respond faster. And anywhere where the data storage is higher, it will respond slower. Okay, consider one day-to-day example. Imagine that I'm taking offline class. Okay, and you guys are sitting in a classroom. So the moment I enter into the class, I realized that I had missed my laptop in my home only. Okay, so I told Lohit that, Lohit, can you please go to my home and bring the laptop? So what Lohit told? Lohit told, okay. So imagine that he went to my home. In my home, only two rooms was there. Okay, so I didn't inform the Lohit that in which room the laptop is. So what he will do? So he will search room number one. Maybe laptop is there, maybe not. Imagine that it is not found. Again, he will go to room number two and imagine that he got the laptop. So for every room, how much time he was giving? So he was giving 5 minutes of time. So to search two room, how much time he will take? Imagine 10 minutes he will take. So in 10 minutes he got the laptop and he came back to the class. Okay, this is scenario one. Now imagine scenario two. So imagine that I'm taking the offline class and you all are sitting in a classroom. So the moment I enter into the class, I realized that I missed my laptop. So I told Lohit, Lohit, can you please go to my home and bring the laptop? Okay. So Lohit told okay, and he went to my home. So guys, in my home, imagine that 500 rooms are there. And on the same manner, I didn't inform Lohit that in which room the laptop is. So what he will do? He will start searching all the room one by one. Maybe laptop is available in room number one. Maybe it is available in room number 147. Maybe it will be in room number 482. It could be at any place. So imagine that he got the laptop in room number 401. Okay. So to search entire 401 rooms, how much time he has taken? So average considering 5 minutes for each. So he has taken 2005 minutes. Okay. So after 2005 minutes, he got the laptop and he came back to the class. Okay. Now observe. So here same Lohit was there. Same instruction was given. Bring the laptop. But if the number of rooms was lesser, he was responding faster. But if the number of rooms are higher, he was taking a longer time. He was taking a longer time to search. Correct. So on the same manner over here also, if the data volume is lesser, then it will respond faster. If the data storage is higher, then it will take a longer time to respond. And in the OLAP, the data size will be very high. Okay. Now the next point is nature of data. So nature of the data is what? 30 days to 60 days or 1 year to 2 years of the data OLTP can maintain. And the OLAP can hold quarter, month and decade data. So guys, here nature of the data 30 days to 60 days or 1 year to 2 years. So guys, doesn't seems that my words are conflicting. Just now I have told that OLTP handles current data, and here I had mentioned 30 days to 60 days or 1 year to 2 years. So is it? Answer is no. My words are not conflicting. As per ETL requirement, ETL project requirement, in the OLTP, current data is kept. Okay, but that doesn't mean that it cannot hold some historical data. Imagine that the storage size of OLTP is 5 GB. Okay, the storage size is 5 GB. So here today, what is the data flow happened? So today the data flow happened 10 KB. Tomorrow 50 KB. Next day 1 MB. Next day 250 KB. So like that, imagine that the data flow is happening. So how much time it will take to get it full? So guys, it will take close to 30 days to 60 days. Or if the data flow is very lesser, then it may take 1 year to 2 years of time. Okay. So that is the thing. Or second example, you can consider a real-time scenario. Imagine that, sorry. So as you guys are well aware that we are in the IT, we are working from Monday to Friday only. Okay. Saturday, Sunday is off. So consider example that you are working for the banking project. Okay. So in the banking project, you were working from Monday to Friday. What about Saturday, Sunday? So you are on leave. So guys, we are on leave. That doesn't mean that the bank will call their customer and they will say that please don't do any transaction on Saturday, Sunday because our associates are on leave. Okay, so that is the thing. They cannot say. So definitely Saturday also some transaction will happen. Sunday also some transaction will happen, and you are on leave. Correct. So if you are on leave, so unless and until we will not move the data from OLTP to OLAP, it will be here only. Imagine that consider example that Yatin was maintaining the data for Standard Chartered Bank. Okay, Saturday, Sunday is off. Monday, imagine that Monday, Tuesday he has taken medical leave. Continuous 4-day leave is there. So for the next 4 day, we will ask the customer not to do any transaction. No, we will not say. So what will happen? Whatever the transaction will happen on those 4 days, 5 days, it will be there only. So like that, it can hold 30 days to 60 days or 1 year to 2 years of old data it can maintain. Okay. And OLAP here it can maintain quarter data, month data, and the decade data. Quarter means 3 month duration, month means month, decade means 10-year duration is called one decade. Okay. Now for the final confirmation, here I had mentioned deals with OLTP, deals with current data, OLAP deals with the historical data. Size wise, so the size of OLTP is MB to GB, and for the OLAP it is GB to TB size. Activities, OLTP is used for processing purpose, OLAP is used for analysis purpose. Number of record, so guys number of record is one record at a time, and here thousands to millions of record at a time. It means what? One record at a time means what? Means imagine that today Ismail has done one transaction. Okay, he has withdrawn 500 rupees from the ATM. Then in his bank statement, how many record it will get displayed? One record at a time, one transaction the moment he will do. So one transaction it will display. Correct. But in the OLAP, it contains historical data. So imagine that we want to see in last 30 days how many transactions Ismail has done. So how we will came to know? So from the OLAP only. So because it will have the historical data. Okay. So consider another example. Imagine that the Ismail is the owner of Wipro and close to 1 lakh employees are working in Wipro. So last month he has given the salary. So definitely 1 lakh record will get displayed in the bank statement. Correct. So that is the thing. Number of record in the OLTP will have one record at a time, and in the OLAP it will be thousands to millions of record at a time. So this is the difference between OLTP and OLAP. Okay. Now guys, now anyone any question? Okay. Anyone any question guys? Okay. Silence means no question. Then now we will see one more topic. Data modeling. Okay, data modeling. So guys, what is the data modeling? So data modeling is nothing. The process of designing a database with set of table is called data modeling. Technically, the data warehouse is designed with two types of schema: star schema and snowflake schema. Okay, so here one interview question is there, that in your project which schema you were using and why. Okay, so here what we have to say? Here we have to say, as a ETL tester, we are using the star schema. Why? Because it was the business requirement. Okay, we are using the schema as per the business requirement. So again, they will try to make you confused. They will say that yeah, you have the experience on the star schema, but we are looking for the candidate who have the experience in the snowflake schema. So will you able to perform the task on the snowflake schema? Then what you have to say? You have to say yes, we can perform the task. Because guys, the working procedure doesn't matter whether it is a star schema, doesn't matter it is a snowflake schema. The working procedure will be same only. Okay, then the designing part, here the designing part will be different. The designing part, guys, it will be different. And who will design the star schema or snowflake schema? So it will get designed by database architecture or data modeler. Okay, not the ETL tester. And working procedure will be same only. Consider one day-to-day example. Imagine that if anyone will ask from you that how you are communicating with the Isha Institute, then what you will say? You will say from the WhatsApp. Okay, so here you are using WhatsApp, that is fine. But if you will get a chance to communicate with Telegram, then can you contact them? Answer is yes. Correct. Because doesn't matter whether you are using the WhatsApp or doesn't matter whether you are using the Telegram. Here sending message procedure is same only. What you have to do, you just have to open the WhatsApp, type Isha Institute, and then just click on hi. Correct. On the same manner, in the Telegram also, you just have to open the Telegram, just search Isha Institute and ping hi. Here you can see working procedure of sending procedure is same only. Okay, but the headache for designing doesn't matter the WhatsApp or doesn't matter the Telegram. It is whose headache? So it is the headache of their developer. Correct. We are using WhatsApp, we are using Telegram, we are on the same manner over here also. As a ETL tester, we are using star schema, and in some project we are using snowflake schema. But doesn't matter whether we are using the star schema or snowflake schema, working procedure will be same only. And who used to design? So it will get designed by the database architecture on data modeler. Okay, some of the candidate in the confusion in the interviews, generally they will say, if you imagine that the interviewer will ask that on which schema you are working, you will say star schema. They will ask that have you ever designed the star schema, because just now you told that you are working on the star schema, so definitely you could have designed it. Then what you have to say? You have to say no. Designing of the schema will be the responsibility of the database architecture or data modeler, not the ETL tester guide. Okay. Then again they will ask why you are using the star schema in your project, why not snowflake schema? Then what you have to say? Whether we are using the star schema or snowflake schema, it completely depends upon the business need. As a ETL tester, we cannot take the decision that for this project we will be using star schema or for this project we will be using the snowflake schema. Answer is no. So it completely depends upon the business requirement. Okay. Now anyone any question, guys? Here the question arises: what is data modeling? What is star schema? Okay, in your project, which schema you have used? Whether you have designed the star schema or snowflake schema? Okay, why you are using the star schema? Why not snowflake schema? Okay, now anyone any question? Okay, silence means no question. So here interview question is there, that they will say that just now you had confirmed that you are using star schema in your project. So that is fine. So can you please tell me what is the star schema? Okay, so this answer guys we will discuss tomorrow. Here definitely tell, because today if I will start, it will be a pressure on you people. Okay. Now guys, now anyone, any question if you have, you can ask. Feel free to ask any question.
Sir, hi, I'm Piyush Kulkarni. I have one question.
Yeah, go ahead. Hi, Fish, go ahead.
Sir, yeah. Sir, for this course, do we have any requirement that we should know SQL or something, or are we good with yeah, without that knowledge as well for this course, and it will be covered?
Okay, no problem, Piyush. So here, for learning the ETL testing course, there is no prerequisites. Okay, because whatever the thing is required for the ETL testing, all the things I will be teaching in the running class. Okay, all the things we will be teaching in the running class only. So you should be only be aware that how to open the laptop and how to shut down the laptop. The rest of all the things we will be teach. Okay, no
Okay,
issue.
thank you, sir. And sir, two more last questions. As a tool means in my current project, it was just, I mean, they provided us with the introduction because it was a testing project. So they use, they mentioned like there are many other tools in the market also, like Talent, Query Search, Data Gaps, like. So which tool for ETL testing are we covering here?
So Informatica we are covering
Okay,
Informatica. Okay, because in the
so
open
it is a
market,
popular tool.
yes, it is a very popular tool among all the ETL tools. Total 22 ETL tools are there, like Tanland,
Hmm.
Informatica, SSIS, Tipico, like that, close to IBM, close to like this, 22 ETL tools are there. So among all these tools, Informatica is very famous and widely used. Okay. And why we are considered that Informatica only for our classes? The reason for the same is because if you have the experience on the Informatica, then with little brush up, you can easily perform the task on the Tanland and Tipico and SSIS. But imagine that if you have the experience on the Tanland only, and the requirement will come for the Informatica, then the people will not able to perform the task. So that's the reason
Okay.
in which the resume, the moment it will be mentioned
And
Informatica, then HR will give the extra weightage to those resume. Okay. So if any opening will come, imagine that for Informatica it came. So you are eligible because for your resume it is mentioned. Consider scenario two. Imagine that the opening has came for the ETL with Tibico, okay, or Tanland. So for that, who are eligible? So eligible those whose resume is mentioned Tanland and whose resume is mentioned with Informatica. Okay, but so here again your resume will get shortlisted. But on the scenario two, if the opening has came only for Informatica and in your resume Informatica is mentioned, definitely your resume will get shortlisted. But the second person resume in which the talent is mentioned, it will not get shortlisted. So that's why we had considered Informatica ETL tool to cover in the ETL classes so that your resume should not get rejected.
okay. And sir, one last question. I mean, before I go to enroll, so I just
No
want to
problem.
understand, sir. I'm looking to, the motive of my to take this course is to change the job. So, will it be able for us to change the job with this course? Can we
Yes,
show some experience?
exactly. Yes, exactly. The same question we have discussed yesterday. I feel that you had missed, but no problem. So here answer is yes, because whatever the things I will teach you guys in the running class, so from that you guys can just easily put experience starting from 2 years to 9 years of work experience as a ETL tester. Okay. So then definitely in the interview they will ask the question what you were doing since 2 years, what you were doing since 4 years or 5 years. So the same thing we are going to learn guys in the running classes. Okay.
Okay.
And
So
yesterday,
this ETL testing is an alternative to automation testing. Is another path.
sorry, pardon?
So this ETL testing is an can be an alternative to the automation testing, right?
No, no, no. No, it is completely different thing actually. Okay, the moment we will
Yeah, I mean
join,
it is different, but means I'm trying to say the people who are not into automation they can go for ETL, right?
yes, exactly, exactly. Okay, because the
So
moment we will
last
join, because
yeah
one, because the moment we will join any of the organization, So in the organization, there are more than 50 plus types of testing is there. Example,
Yeah.
manual testing, automation testing, big data testing, Hadoop testing, ETL testing, Python testing, scripting testing, and so on. Close to 50 plus types of testing is there. And among all these testing, ETL testing and big data testing is ruling the market, guys. Okay, so who is recommended to go for the big data testing and who is recommended to go for the ETL testing? So imagine that if you are very good in the coding, if we love coding and we can write down close to 100 lines, 150 lines, 200 lines of the code. So for them, the big data is recommended. Those who feel that no, 200 lines, 100 lines, I cannot write down. Hardly I can write down one line, two line, or three line. Okay, then for them,
Mhm.
ETL testing is recommended because in the ETL testing, we have hardly two line, three line syntaxes are there, which we are using for the validation. Coming for the CTC point of view, so ETL testing is giving a blasting CTC to the candidate. Reason, because here for the ETL testing, the demand is high and the resource is very less. Okay. After the COVID, most of the thing went online, and due to which the data flow got drastically increased. We can see ourselves only because before COVID, how we were doing any transaction. So guys, most of the transaction in the vegetable shop or medical shop or anywhere, we were doing by cash or card. Correct. So cash
Mhm.
was widely popular in the vegetable shop and all the fruit shop. But now tell me that when you guys have visited the last time ATM for the cash withdrawal, hardly once in a month or 2 months in a once in a 2 month like that. Most of the transaction we are doing from the Google Pay and Phone Pay. Correct. And it happens on the entire world due to which the data flow got drastically increased. And that is the main reason why there is a lot of opening for the ETL testing.
Yeah. And sir, how ETL testing is different from that what we first used to hear, that database testing,
Correct,
DB
correct.
testing.
Huh. So the DB testers actually mainly they will focus for the structure of the table. They will focus for the validation of the structure of the table with the help of SQL query, and ETL tester will mainly focus on the data of the table. Okay, which is available on the table. They will focus on the data validation. Okay, because whatever the data is getting generated, so example, it should not contain any duplicate value. Consider that somewhere it is mentioned Pius, or later capital letter, somewhere it is mentioned Lohit, or later small letter, somewhere it is Devika. So D capital, E small, V capital, I small, like that. Okay, so it should not contain the data like this. So mainly we focus on this part, which is the data which is inside the table. ETL tester do focus on that. Database testers focus on the structure of the table. The structure of the table means what is the constant, what is the length of the say for the name, what is the data type, and so on. Okay, so that is the difference.
Okay. Yeah. And my last question, sir. So as a ETL tester, are we supposed to know the multiple tools? Like say if we are showing more than 2 years of experience or 2, 3 years, so will they expect like we should know Informatica, along with Informatica, we should know other few tools as well?
Yes, SQL, SQL,
No, no, sir, SQL
SQL,
not here.
Informatica,
That
and
understood.
database.
Other tools, I mean,
Huh.
Talent or other tools.
No, nothing, nothing. Okay, because whatever the thing will be required for the interview perspective as well as for working perspective, all the things I will teach in the running class, and these are the things which we are going to learn.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for answering my question.
Oh, no problem, welcome. Now, anyone else also, guys, having any question? Okay, silence means no question. Then, guys, we are done for the day. Again, we will connect
Can
tomorrow. Yeah, tell me.
I have a
Yeah, sure.
question about ELTP.
Mhm.
You mentioned the nature of data is 30 days or 1 year. So isn't that also historical data?
Can you please come again, Pratiksha?
So I have a question about ELTP. You
About?
mentioned that ELTP.
Okay, okay.
So you mentioned the nature of data is 30 days or 1 year or 2 year.
Correct.
So
Hmm.
isn't that historical data?
Yes. So that is the So that is the historical data. So it can contain some historical data also. Okay. The OLTP can contain some historical data. Some historical data means what? Means unless and until we are not moving. But as per ETL testing requirement, ETL testing project, we are keeping current data there. Okay, but for some days like Saturday, Sunday is off, if any festival is there, so it can hold some historical data also. Okay, some historical means unless and until we are not moving the data from the OLTP to OLAP, it will be there only. Okay. Now, anyone else also having any question?
Are we covering any projects also as a part of this course? Like,
Yes, we are covering the project also. At the last of the class, end of the class, I will show you two projects. Okay, so here you can see two projects. So one project will be done from my side, and second project you guys have to do. So wherever you will do the mistake, there I will guide you for the same. Okay, so the main agenda for the project is the moment you guys will get assigned with any work package in the organization or in the office. So at that time, you should not feel that you are in the lost world, how to start the work, how to end the work. So this two project class will exactly give you the idea.
okay, sir. And duration of this course is?
Yeah, 6 weeks you can say. The course
6
is
weeks.
designed for the 5 week. Okay, it is designed for the 5 week. But imagine that if people are asking some question, so definitely I have to answer the question. Correct. So in that scenario, you can consider 6 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because imagine that if you have some doubts, so definitely I will deliver again if someone else also is having the question. So we will deliver the answer. So you can say 6 weeks. Oh. Now, anyone else also having any question, guys?
What level of SQL will be taught by you, sir?
So here the level of the SQL will be from basic to advanced. Basic to advanced means I will start it from the very scratch because we are considering everyone as a very fresher for the SQL over here. Maybe few of them will have some idea, means basic idea, but that we are not considering even though as a experience. Okay. So here I will start it from the very beginning, means how to open the software. From there we will start, and it will go to till end, which is required for the ETL testing. Like we will cover all the topics: DDL, DML, DCL, TCL, join, set operator, aggregate function, init care, okay, character function, case statement, rank, dense rank, pseudo column, and so on.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Means end to end will be
Sir,
covered.
we will be getting soft copy of material.
Yes, yes. You guys will receive these all notes. Means this syllabus you will receive, as well as the notes which I was sharing on the screen. So these notes also you guys will get it. Okay. Along with that,
Oh, yeah.
SQL notes, Informatica notes, data warehouse notes. For every class, you guys will receive the notes, and you guys will receive the recording also on the daily basis.
Okay. And sir, how this DWH data warehouse or ETL testing is different from, sir, there are some projects or like migration projects where migration from Tableau to Power BI or BI business intelligence testing. So how this is different, or that is also covered under ETL?
No question. Sorry, pardon. Now, anyone else also having any question, guys? Final call. Okay. Silence means no question. Then we are done for the day. Again, we will connect tomorrow, guys. Same time, same link. Our class link will be same, and our class timing will also be same. 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. IST. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.